what are you jamming on now?
Man, oddly enough, everything I'm playing, the few games I'm playing, I should say, are all games we've talked about before. The first is Fortnite. I did not choose to play this game. I did not seek after this game. But as things would happen, my daughter was like, hey, you should play Fortnite with me. And I guess like all of their friends are playing it together. And I don't know if that's just because there's this new Lego mode. Like they released a bunch of new modes. So like Fortnite is popping again. I guess that's the bottom line. So as a result of that, I've been playing with them, a lot, which has been fun. I always like the style of that, even though I always lose at the end and never win. I always get second to some super builder because I just can't do that. I probably should do the non-build mode, but that is not something that, my daughter has wanted to do. So we're just doing the normal mode and figuring it out.
You're talking about building. I was under the impression that Fortnite was a very straightforward PvP arena deal.
No, so let me educate you, sir. Let me take you under my wing, Josh. So Fortnite was kind of the
You're just going to be
OG.
advising. You're not education is internalized and utilized. That will never happen.
I'll be informed. Let me inform you. So Fortnite is really like the battle royale, like the originator of the big battle royale. So,
Right.
100 people or 25 squads of 4 or whatever, math it down, battling out in this arena, which is super wide open,
God,
but it shrinks and shrinks. And it's a very fun mode. But in addition to that,
just you saying those words stresses me out.
No,
I can't imagine. I
You're
can't
like
imagine
hiding.
seeking to play that.
Just think of Hunger Games on a bigger scale. You know what I mean? It's Hunger Games on a bigger scale. That's your best comparison. So Hunger Games, you drop in, you got to find weapons, you got to find some kind
I own the soundtrack, but I hated the movie, Jay.
Josh, you're missing out. But no, as a part of that, the fun thing for a lot of people is that you can build as a part of it. You start out with a pickaxe, so you're looking for weapons, but you can also break rocks, break walls, and you get the materials to be able to build walls. So if I come across you in the open world, my first instinct is of course I'm gonna pull my gun and like take you out. But if you're quick at building, you can quickly just build walls around yourself and like run away, and then I'm running around trying to find you, or I've got to like break down the wall. So people who are like fast at building, that changed the whole game because you can like quickly build stairs to like run away from an opponent. So that has also made it hard for people like me who do not spend the time building stuff like that. I don't play those kind of games, whether it's that, Call of Duty, first-person shooters, anything to build. So they actually have a no-build mode, but like I've played that before because that's fun, but I don't.
So the goal is just to survive. There's no incentive to kill necessarily.
Well, you're going to have to kill, even if you were to
I understand.
Even if you were to hide all the way to the end, until it's you and another person, there is a storm cloud which will shrink and shrink. So even if you've hidden in the right spot at the end of the map,
You have to kill someone at the end, yes.
yeah, somebody's going to have to kill you, or
But
you're gonna have to kill somebody else.
that's a formality of the survival goal. Okay. Yeah, I presumed it was, I don't know, statistics based or something, kills and whatever.
No. It's like I said, Hunger Games. You got to find those people, or you know what I mean, or you're going to get taken out before they find you. So that's been fun. I've been doing that with them. That's been a blast. But outside of that, lots of Call of Duty zombies still. I guess not just zombies. Zombies is my main thing because I've been getting good at it. Really finding ways to unlock schematics so that I can pull wonder weapons and bring like much more powerful weapons into the map. Which when I do that, allows me to go deeper into the more higher threat zones where there are higher level zombies, better rewards, things like that. So I'm actually, before I was just like hanging out on the outsides of the map, the lower threat zones, dipping my toe into the medium threat zone. Now I'm like fully hanging out in a medium threat zone and like testing when I can go into the harder zone. So I'm playing that a lot, and it's been a blast, man. It is like, there's so much more to it than I realized, because before you just kind of drop in thinking, all right, this is the map, I'm killing zombies, I'm trying to get cool weapons, kill zombies, and complete contracts before, and exfil on time. But there's like sigils you get, and there's like these dark sigils. Exfil, that's what that's what it's called when you leave the map, like the helicopter comes in, drops to the ground, you gotta like survive and extract. Okay. So, but in addition to that, there are what's called this ether storm, which is this like radioactive zombie storm, which obviously much higher difficulty, which shows up at random places in the map. And like there's a boss in there, and that's something that like I haven't been able to complete yet. So like me and the guys are like playing like, all right, next time we get on, what's our goal? We're gonna get all of our most powerful weapons. We're gonna find that storm and try to go to it, and try to do that. But in addition to that, there's also like extra bosses that you can get like additional sigils to that can take you to like a special zone. So like there's much more to this than I even imagined, which makes me much more excited to do it. So I love that. Love him playing that. And then there's actually still Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3. There's a new mode called Souped Up, which is a collaboration with The Boys. If you ever watched that show on Amazon Prime, the freaking crazy superhero show, The Boys, love it. They actually have a mode there where they take your normal kill confirmed mode, where it's PvP. You take down the enemies, but you have to go grab their tags before you get the confirmed kill. And in this mode, instead, they drop Temp V, the stuff from The Boys, which gives the people their superpowers. So you have to like get enough of those, and then you get to pick certain superpowers from The Boys to use against your enemies. So it like is a very fun twist on like Kill Confirmed, and Kill Confirmed is one of my favorite modes in Call of Duty 3 anyway. So like having that twist with the little superhero power is a fun little thing. So I'm shocked, man. I went from thinking my whole plan was to push through Sea of Stars and do some more RPG type of things, but man, these shooters just got me. I'm in it. Like I'm ready to go. I don't know what to do. Like it's usually like with Halo, it was kind of just my decompress time. Like let me come home. I've already worked out early in the day. I'm just getting off work. Let me just decompress, play a couple quick PvP matches. But man, I'm like fully invested reading guides, like trying to figure out how to get what the best ways to go about things are. Never thought I'd be that sucked into
Googling Clash of Clans map shit on the head. Why am I doing this? What the fuck is the matter with me?
They got me, Josh.
Why do I even kind of care what the optimal thing for this is?
Exactly. I'm like, wait a minute, you can get that? Wait, there's extra bosses? So now, like, it was funny the other day we were playing, and the guys I play with, they all live in Ohio. So, there's a limited window, which being parents and stuff that we can get together. And they were the first person to introduce me to this mode over the holidays. So the first time we played it, I'm like lost, just running around shooting stuff. Didn't know we had to exfil at a certain time. I'm, lost in the sauce. And, after I've done a lot, played a lot, and done a lot on my own, we were playing like a couple weeks ago, and one of the guys was just like, oh man, Jay just plays different now. Look at him. He just like, because I was like leading the map, like, all right, we're going here, we're going there, we're grabbing this weapon, let's do that. And they're like, holy shit, we got like all kind of cool stuff now. I'm like, yeah, I'm committed. Let's go. Let's ride. But yeah, man, those are my games. Those are my games. What about you, good sir? Okay,
I am similarly held hostage by one particular game and not much else. I have Asgard's Wrath 2. It's all I do.
Wow.
And like I'll like I don't know how to like I will like think about gaming and I'll be like, I should fucking do something else. And then I pick the headset up and I'm like, I like walk over to my play area and I put the menu in front of me and like it's just like automatic. I just open Asgard's 2. I don't like it's autonomous. So yeah, I mean, I explained last, it is just beyond massive. I got the second hero character now, which I talked about this last time too, but the game loop of this game is just, oh my God, they have just dug into, and I'm sure it's specific to me to some degree, but clearly it's a widespread played game too, so it's not just me. But for whatever the fuck gets me going in an open world game, this has just dug into the DNA of and is just hooked perfectly. Like the game loop of like unlock a thing, have to go back and do a bunch of fucking shit with that new thing, whether it be a companion character or a hero character or a new resource that you found that unlocks a whole new armor and weapon set or this whatever. Just like the never-ending to-do list population thing is just fucking crack for me. So it's so fucking good. And there's always like, every time I fire it up, you know, you have your outstanding thing, story, like primary quest focused thing. And I'm always, when I can't ever get to it. I'm always like, there's always like, well, because like the way some of the resource gathering shit works, like I told you about that big battle with that Deathstalker Scorpion thing, like that thing only populates. It should be a negative, really, that it works this way, that like every time you restart the game, that thing has respawned in its spot. So like every time, if I'm trying to collect the shit off that, every time I start, I'm like, well, I'm gonna go do that, you know, because it's repopulated, and like while I'm playing, it won't be again. I don't think, anyways. I don't know how to redo that. And then same thing for some of these mineral veins where you get a lot of the core metals that are a building block for a lot of the crafting trees. They will respawn while you're playing, but I don't know what the math is to it. So generally speaking, the first thing I want to do when I fire up is go hit all those mineral veins. For right now, iron is the particular metal that is the highest level for crafting that I can get. So I'll go around, and I've of course internalized where a nice number of those mineral veins are. So the first thing I do is go hit all those mineral veins too and stack that stuff up so I have as much as I can get for this play. And then then I got to go back to the home base and do any crafting I can do and like really get an idea for what else I need. And like, do I want to, I think I told you this too, they have, and this is an incredible quality of life improvement, that you can do this, where at the shop now, you can, when you're crafting, if you don't have enough of something and it is within one step of crafting for you to get that missing item, you can auto craft it as you craft this particular thing. So like if I need, but it's more expensive. You have to buy those materials, of course. So like basically it can be easier to craft something, but it's way more expensive than finding those smaller building blocks that are just everywhere out in the world that you just get from playing the game. You know what I mean? These like linen scraps and, you know, shit like that. So
if you don't want to do that and you have a lot of money or you're just lazy, you could just be like, all right, I'll just pay it.
Right. For the lower level parts of the crafting stews that you need to make. But yeah, it's way more expensive, and basically you're going to reduce, like it's, if you just wait, that shit will come to you, and I have no patience. So like I'm torn between this thing of like the exhausting my immediate gratification opportunities, or exhausting my long-term gratification opportunities for short-term immediate gratification. You know what I mean? And like that ultimately slows me down, really, but it feels good in the moment. So like I'm constantly, like that little economy is constantly going in my head. Like, do I need this right now? I'm doing fine with these. And like on top, like that's the crafting thing. The skill trees are just fucking wild. Each, you know, they're just crazy. And you're never going to get enough skill points to, every single companion has their entire own skill tree. Obviously your heroes do too. And each hero has 3 weapons, and like each weapon has its own skill tree. So it's just, you're just never going to be able to get it all. So, you know, you're like, and there's so much shit in those skill trees that I don't even understand. So like I'll look at it and be like, I don't know what that is. And I don't want to waste skill points because I don't have enough to get everything. I don't want to waste skill points on something I don't understand. So I'll hold off on that particular thing, and then I'll be out battling, and then I'll realize something. Like the second hero character has this harp as a ranged weapon, and it's fucking awesome, dude. It obviously is a ranged weapon and it fires things, but it is a big part of your puzzle solving mechanic too. And there's all this stuff you can do. You have these little, like they're all creatures for this character. She's like a swamp goddess type or swamp worshiper or something like that. And she has like, her sword is a snake that she can make rigid on command. And it also has like a tongue thing to grab things with, and you can throw it too. You can throw all the weapons. And she has this like thing that comes off her back that's like, it looks like a little squid or something, but you can throw it down and it acts as like an autonomous beacon that battles with you. So it like fires shit off, and you can advance its capabilities where you can shoot it at times and blow it up and cause damage. It's just like it's like having a fucking a ballista or one of the Endemia, one of the fucking
nice. Oh yeah, the repeater.
Yeah. Just a gun that's like firing shit and helping you out. And there's a bunch of strategic shit you can do with that. And then she has the harp, which is like, again, she pull it out and you can do this. But it also has there's this creature that comes out of these water things and it's in like a water bubble, and you can use the harp from anywhere as long as you can see that thing. You can do the harp and pull it towards you or push it away. So you can basically move this thing around remotely to unlock these little fucking all sorts of things that are puzzle mechanics in rooms and stuff. So really cool mechanic there. And there's just so much you can do with it. And then there's this, you find these things on the ground where you can use the harp and you have to play a song, like it's either stroking up or down, and it's like notes, you know what I mean? And that will unlock things too. So there's just so much cool shit you can do with the things. It's just, so much, so much, just so much. And like, you just don't know what it all is. So when you're going back to those skill trees, like there was one that was talking about these orbs or something, like the orbs respawn faster. And that's one of the fucked things about, it's obviously safer to use a ranged weapon, and that's appealing to me. But it has like a speed governor on it. You know what I mean? You can't just, you gotta like wait for it to repopulate. And I thought that was just how it worked to whatever. And then I'm in the skill tree thing, and I see this shit about some orbs, and I'm like, with your harp, and I'm like, I don't even know what those are. I'm not fucking with that. And then I'm out playing the game, and I notice as I'm playing,
it's an orb.
I notice the orbs on the harp strings, and after I fire it, they go away, and then slowly they reappear. And I'm like, oh shit, that's the fucking fire rate skill. I've been ignoring how fast I can fire my ranged weapon because I didn't understand. So there's always more discovery. There's always more shit to learn. There's always a new mechanic. One of those, I was walking around this world that this hero character's designed for so long, not knowing how to interact with one particular thing that little water bubble creature can fuck with. It's like these flower-looking things that it can go into the top of and open up. And like, I'd seen those everywhere, and I was just like, I'm whacking it with swords. If you don't want to look shit up and you want to play it straight and like feel that discovery, there's so much of opportunity for that in that game where, you will have to like by necessity truly problem solve and like learn. And the thing about VR, it's so, you physically have to do something, you know what I mean? It's so different in the puzzle solving realm because you have to physically figure something out and physically do it. And like your trial and error process is not just hitting some buttons and like try to get the right button sequence. You gotta like do it, man. And it's just so fucking, it's crazy. It's so fucking good. So yeah, I just can't stop playing it. It's so fucking good. And it's like, it's fucking an open world virtual VR game. So it's tiring, man. And like, I can't believe how like I'll be playing it and I'll be like, fuck, man, I got to put this down. I'm physically exhausted. It's late.
Yeah.
But I don't want to do that. And it's like, it's so fucking, I don't know, man. It's just something else. It's something else as a game. And I cannot, one, I'm going to be so sad when it leaves my life, when I finish it. And two, God, I hope they have something in the hopper that is in this wheelhouse. I'm sure with the success of this and the response to it, the critical response to it, there is or already was, but I hope that gets the fuck out because I will need it when this goes away for sure. So I've been playing a lot of that, and then we got cooking again on a little bit of Baldur's Gate 3. Have you tried it at all yet?
No, not yet. So we had been, I told you Courtney got it for me for Christmas,
right?
Or just after Christmas. We're going to play it together, but she was waiting for the whole save issue to get fixed.
Okay.
And
that hasn't rectified yet.
Well, it sounds like, I think it should be fixed like now. I'll have to check back.
Okay. I mean, I would think that would be something they would be all over.
Sure.
That's and honestly, annoyingly, they are releasing hot fixes like constantly, and like every other between. So we're playing on Steam, and I don't know what your familiarity with Steam is, but fucking Steam sucks. every time you open it up, it's got to update every fucking, like the app does on your laptop. Every fucking time it's got an update.
Oh yeah.
And it's not updating anything that's helpful for you. It's updating sale bullshit and like a bunch of dumb shit that you don't have any interest in. So yeah, super annoying. Just the launcher for it. But yeah, they also are hot fixing. They're on like patch, I don't know, fucking 20 or something. I saw hotfix patch, last one that came out the other day, and you know, those take a substantial period of time. So all too often when we go to play it, we're like, fuck, both of us got to fucking update this thing. And you know, it's funny, it's not always the same amount. Sometimes hers is faster, sometimes mine's faster. Like there's no fucking rhyme or reason for that, I don't think. But it's annoying, obviously, to have that happen so frequently. So that's annoying, but it does suggest that they are all over fixing bugs and updates and blah blah blah. So
yeah, I need to check back now because I think we should be just about ready to play, if I remember, because they definitely put out a statement, I recall, thinking like, okay, around my birthday time we'll be able to play. So
okay, word. Yeah, so we got cooking on that again. I think we're almost to the city of Baldur's Gate, which I don't think it's spoilery to say it's seemingly acting as I expect it to be, like the full third act. So we're kind of, I think, wrapping up. So we got to this battle that we like are just getting fucking wrecked in, and we don't have any clue how to actually do it. And there's nowhere else to grind. We've like exhausted everything. Like, there's nowhere else, no one left to fight to get our level higher. So I don't know what the fuck. We're gonna have to figure some strategies out. We're gonna have to do some put our heads together and really fucking find an edge of some kind against these fuckers. But playing it again here and there, and then Power Wash Simulator on occasion we'll do when Asgard's too much, I guess. Or I should say that's when we're co-oping, so Asgard's not even a factor. So I would say maybe when Baldur's Gate, maybe either when it's updating, or we're just, it's the idea of looking at that quest log is like, fuck, can't do it tonight. So playing that. I'm super close to 100%ing the career mode. So I started looking at the Discord to find out when the DLC shit is going to drop for VR, and it doesn't. People are talking about it and certainly asking for it, but they don't have any announcement yet, so that's kind of disgruntling to hear. But it is, if people are asking for it, you have to assume that they view it as money on the table, so it has to be something they're at least thinking about. But there's no announcement for that yet, so that's a bummer. And on Thursday, another Walkabout course dropped, dude. The last in the Jules Verne series, Around the World in 80 Days this time.
Okay.
I haven't even downloaded Meowwoof yet. I totally lied.
Wow.
I didn't download it last time. Or I didn't buy it. Like I said, it downloads. It's on your hard drive, or it's on your hard drive if you have the app. You just have to unlock it with paying the money. But yeah, I am a bad boy. I feel very bad about
just
it.
getting pushed to the back.
Yep. And once you, the kind of thing too, once you get a backlog, it becomes even harder. You know, then you have like multiple things. You're like, well, I don't have time to do both. So that's how you really get behind.
Oh yeah, I know how that goes. My backlog. I don't even want to talk about it.